Dear students, today we are going to have the class on measures of variation. In the last sessions, I have explained how to find the measures of central tendency. That means how to find mean, how to find median, and how to find mode, that we have done in the previous sessions. Now I am going to start measures of variation, right? Okay. So there are several type of measures of variation available. First one is mean absolute deviation. Normally we will call mean deviation, but in particular we will call this one as mean absolute deviation. So what do you mean by mean deviation? The mean deviation is the mean of the absolute deviations of the set of values that are available in the given data from the mean. Okay, from the mean. Actually, what is the meaning of mean deviation is that how far our set of value is deviated from average value. On average, how much it is dispersed from mean. The values are how much dispersed from the mean value. How much it is deviated from the mean value. How far away from the mean value. So how the values are spread out from the mean value, that we are going to calculate, that we are going to measure in this mean deviation. So I want to start with one example so that you can understand what is mean deviation. 1, 2. This one is 6 for my convenient. This one I am assuming 6. So what I will get, 9 divided by 3, right? X bar, 9 divided by 3. So 3. So average value of this given data is 3. Okay, average value of this given data is 3. Now what is the meaning of mean deviation for this data? How far the values are deviated from this mean, how the values 1, 2, 6 are dispersed from this mean, that I am going to calculate by using mean deviation topic. Actually, if I plot these values, okay, if I plot these values on a graph, okay, so 1 time, okay, 2 1 time, and 6, actually 3, 4, 5, 6, so 6 1 time, okay. This is the given data. What I have got average value, average value is 3. So here this is my average value, okay, this is my average value, X bar is equal to 3. Now how the values are dispersed, how the values are deviated, I am going to find. So from 2 to 3 it is dispersed, it is deviated one distance, right? We are at here, it is 3. So 2 is deviated one distance, okay, one distance it is deviated. 1 is deviated, it is deviated 2 distance, okay, from 3, and 6 is deviated 3 distance, it is deviated 3 distance, okay, it may be centimeter, it may be meter, it is depending on the given unit, okay. So what are all the deviated values? One distance, the distance from 1 to our mean value is 1, plus 2 distance, the distance from 2 and 3 is 2, and finally 3 distance, the distance from 6 and 3 is 3. So what I am getting? 6. This is total deviation. Now I want to find the average deviation, okay. So average deviations means, which means mean deviation is equal to all the sum of all the deviations divided by number of values. So what I am getting? 2. Okay. So on an average, each and every value deviated 2 distance from our mean value, 2 distance from our mean value. This is the meaning, right? This we are going to calculate for all type of data, okay, for all type of data, which means raw data. Actually this is raw data, for frequency data and class interval data, okay. So now you can understand what is the meaning of mean deviation. It is nothing but on average how much it is dispersed from the mean, the values how it is deviated from the mean, right? That we are going to calculate. What is the mean deviation in that? So how the values are deviated. You see, on average it is not deviated that much, right? You can see what will be the average, I think 2, right? This line is average. So what I am getting, x bar is equal to 2. You can calculate also. X bar you will get 2. So this line is average, right? How it is deviated? It is not deviated that much, right? The distance, maximum distance 1, right? 2, 2, 3, 1 distance, 1 distance, 1 distance, 1 distance. It is not that much deviated, okay. Now you see one more example. For this problem also, my x bar is 2. You can calculate, you know how to calculate the mean value for raw data or frequency data or class interval data. Of course this belongs to frequency data. For this also I am getting average 2, but you see the values, right? The values are spread out everywhere, right? The values are spread out, actually distance also more, okay. So this is another example. Here the deviation value is more. Here the deviation value you will get very lesser value. Here the deviation value you will get more, which means mean deviation value. That we are going to calculate, okay. Now you can understand from this two graph. So now I will explain how to find the mean absolute deviation. Now let us see the formula for mean absolute deviation. So this is the formula. Normally we will write MAD, right, capital MAD, which means mean absolute deviation, is equal to summation I over 1 to n modulus xi minus x bar divided by n. For this reason only, for this the formula we are having modulus. That is the reason why we will call mean absolute deviation, okay. Mean absolute deviation, we are taking absolute values are difference between each and every value available in that data from the mean, okay, each and every value in the set of data from the mean, okay. So we are finding absolute values, okay. That is the reason why we are having modulus. That also makes sense. Why? Because we are finding the distance, okay. We are finding the distance, we are not finding just a difference. So now let us see one example. I will explain you how to find the mean for the first type of data. What is the first type of data? Raw data, okay, raw data. Since there is no frequency, which means for each and every value frequency value is 1, that you can understand. So values are 20, 40, 50, 60, 80, okay. So what is the data is given? The number of cappuccinos sold at the some particular shops between 4 and 7 p.m. the sales details is given to you for a sample of 5 days, for a sample of 5 days. So 5 number of values is given in that data. So how to find the mean absolute deviation? Formula mean absolute deviation formula is summation I over 1 to n, here 5, right, I over 1 to 5, 1 to 5. What is the formula? Xi minus x bar divided by n, okay, which means 5, okay. This is the formula. So n is 5, since 5 values are given in the data, and x bar, first you find x bar, okay. Without x bar we cannot do the calculation. X bar is we are going to add all the values 20 plus 40 plus 50 plus 60 plus 80 divided by 5. So what will be the value? 140, 190, 230, 250, I think. So 250 divided by 5, 50. X bar is 50, okay. x bar value is 50. So my first task is over. Next, what I have to find mean absolute deviation. So I am going to frame a table so that I am going to find the summation of all xi minus x bar from that table. My x bar is 50, that already I found that one. X value you write here because we are going to use that x value. X values are, then x bar is 50, so you find xi minus x bar. Okay, xi this one, right, for the first row 20 minus 50 minus 30. So in this way you can calculate 40 minus 50 minus 10, 50 minus 50 0, 60 minus 50 10, 80 minus 50 30. This is just a difference value, right, difference value from each and every value in the data to the mean. Now you find the absolute value of this xi minus x bar, absolute value of this xi minus x bar. So absolute value means modulus of minus 30. So normally modulus function will gives you positive value even though we are having negative value inside, and modulus of minus 10 10, similarly 0, modulus of 0 is 0, modulus of 10 10, modulus of 30 30. Okay, so you add all these value so that will be xi minus x bar, say absolute addition of all xi minus x bar value. So what you will get, 40, 80 you will get, right, 80 you will get. So now use the formula. What is the formula? Mean absolute deviation is equal to summation xi minus x bar, that is 80 divided by n, number of values there are 5, okay, so 16, okay, 16. So what I am getting, mean absolute deviation 16. It is deviated somewhat more since we are getting somewhat greater value. So in this way you can find the mean absolute deviation for the given data, in particular for raw data we have done. Next, mean deviation for frequency and class interval data, mean deviation for frequency and class interval data. So for this frequency and class interval data, fixed formula summation fi into modulus xi minus x bar divided by summation fi. Normally in raw data we don't have this fi. In frequency and class interval data we will have frequency value, so that's why in formula it is included. Summation fi modulus xi minus x bar divided by summation fi. So this is the formula to find the mean absolute deviation for frequency data or class interval data. Now let us see how to find the mean deviation for frequency data, mean deviation for frequency data. So one frequency data is given to you, okay, so you can consider this x, you can consider time value x and frequency f, okay. So you know, to find the mean absolute deviation, first of all we need x bar, okay, whether it is given raw data or frequency data or class interval data, first of all we need x bar, then only we can find the mean absolute deviation. So I am going to find x bar for this frequency data first of all. So for frequency data, this is the formula, this is one particular method. Normally we are having three methods: direct method, shortcut method and step deviation method. Now I am going to use shortcut method, okay. So you can use your convenient method, that is your wish. So x bar is equal to a plus summation fd divided by summation f. This is the formula to find x bar, which means average value. So for that, first of all I need a, okay, assumed mean a. How to find assumed mean a? First I am going to find assumed mean a. So how you can find a is equal to, you can find the average value of this x, you can find the average value of this x. If that average value is available, you can select that one is assumed value. Now I will find the average value. What you will get? 60 divided by 5. Okay, 60 divided by 5. So 12. I am getting 12. A is equal to 12. So average value, temporary average value, I am getting 12. So I can assume this one is assumed mean. Okay, assumed mean. So A is equal to 12. Then by forming the table, I am going to find the value of summation FD divided by summation F. Okay. So now I fix A is equal to 12. So here I can write A is equal to 12. Okay. So what is D? D is equal to x minus A. Okay, that you know the formula. D is equal to x minus A. A is 12, so x is 10. So 10 minus 12 minus 2, 11 minus 12 minus 1, 12 minus 12 0, 13 minus 12 1, and 14 minus 12 2. Okay, this is D. This is the value of D. Okay, this column. Then find FD. Okay, find FD, product of F and D. So here F is 3, 3 into minus 2, 3 into minus 2, minus 6. Then 5 into minus 1, minus 5, 0, 2, 2. Okay, these are all the values of FD. Then add all these value to get summation FD. Summation FD. So what you will get? Minus 11 plus 4. So minus 7. I am getting minus 7 is summation FD value. Okay. So summation F value, you can add all these value. 13 is summation F value. Okay. Summation FD value is minus 7. Summation F value is 13. A value is 12. Now you can find the x bar by using all these values. Okay. Now I am going to find the x bar. X bar is equal to A plus summation FD divided by summation F. A is 12 plus minus 7 divided by 30. What you will get mean? You can calculate this by using calculator. 11.4615. You will get 11.4615. Okay. So this is my x bar. This is first task that you have to find x bar. Okay. Then I am going to frame a table. I am going to frame a table to find mean absolute deviation. What is the formula? Mean absolute deviation. Mean absolute deviation is equal to mean absolute deviation. What is the formula? Summation Fi, absolute value of xi minus x bar divided by summation Fi. Okay. So this is the formula for mean absolute deviation. I know x bar. So I am going to find the absolute value of difference between each and every value from the mean, and then I am going to multiply. So by forming the table, I am going to find all these values. Okay. So x bar is 11.4615. Okay, that I am going to use. So x values, actually what are all the x values? X values 10, 14. Okay. What is frequency value? 3, 5, 2, 2, 1. So these are all the frequency value. Next, x minus x bar. X minus x bar. Okay, x minus x bar. 10 minus 11.4615. Okay, what I will get? 10 minus 11.4615 minus 1.4615. So in this way you can find 11 minus, so what I will get? Minus 0.4615. Okay. Then 0.12 minus 11.4615, what I will get? 0.5385. 0.5385. You can check these values. Next 1.5385, then 2.5385. So these are all the values of xi minus x bar. Okay, xi minus x bar. Now I need the absolute value of this. Okay, absolute value means modulus xi minus x bar. Okay, which means positive value of xi minus x bar. So what you will get 1.4615, 0.4615, 0.5385, 1.5385 and 2.5385. Okay. Finally, what I need, summation fi into modulus xi minus x bar. I am going to multiply fi with xi modulus xi minus x bar. So f is here 3 into 1.4615. So what I will get, 4.3845. You can check this. 2.3075, 1.077, 3.077, 2.5385. By using calculator, you do all these calculations, then find the summation fi xi minus x bar. So 13.3845. Okay, so this is the value of summation fi into absolute value of xi minus x bar. Now I am going to use all these values in formula. So final MAD, mean absolute deviation, summation fi absolute value of xi minus x bar divided by summation fi. Okay, so this I have got 13.3845 divided by summation f, I think 1.0296. So this is mean absolute deviation for this given frequency data. Okay, so in this way you have to find the mean absolute deviation for the given data. Okay, now let us see one example for mean deviation for class interval data, right? So first of all you have to find x bar. Okay, if you want to find mean absolute deviation, first you find x bar. So anyway, normally I am going to use the shortcut method. What is the formula? A plus summation fd by f. Okay, summation f. So this formula I am going to use to find the mean value initially. So what do you mean by a here? This is assumed mean. You know how to find assumed mean. Okay, so first to write the class values, each and every class values. Then whenever we are dealing with class interval data, first you have to find the middle value. That is most important, midpoint. So 0 to 6 middle point is 3, 6 to 12 middle point is 9. So in this way you have to find the middle point. Then frequency, already it is there in that data, frequency. Then in shortcut method you have to find d is equal to x minus a. Okay, x minus a. This a is assumed value, x is corresponding class value, which means middle point of each and every class. So what is x here? X is 3. So 3 minus a, what value I have to assume, that we have to find what value I am going to assume. Here I have assumed 15. Okay, so you can see average 3, 9, 15, 21, 27. So definitely average is going to be 15, but you can find average by using original average formula by adding all those values, 3 plus 9 plus 15 plus 21 plus 27 divided by 5 number of values. So what is assumed value? Assumed value is 15 here, right? So a is equal to 15. A is equal to 15. So 3 minus 15, I will get minus 12. Okay, this is minus 12. Similarly, 9 minus 15, I will get minus 6. Okay, minus 6. So in this way you can proceed. You know, already we have done many problems. So in this way you can find, here you will get 0, 6 and 12. Okay. Then fd, multiply the frequency with the d value. So I am getting minus 96, minus 60, 0, 54, 60. You add all these value minus 42. Summation of all frequency I am getting 44. Okay. Then by using this formula you find the average value. Okay. That you have to find the average value first. Then by using that average value, so you are going to get some value for average. Okay. So x bar something 14 point something you will get. Okay. Then to find the mean absolute deviation, what is the formula? Summation fi into xi minus x bar divided by summation fi. Already we are having the value summation fi. We have to find the value of absolute value of xi minus x bar. Okay. We are having x bar 14 point something. So next to find xi minus x bar, then absolute value of xi minus x bar, okay, xi minus x bar, then find f into absolute value of xi minus x bar, okay, that you have to find. Then find the summation of all these value, okay, then substitute in this formula so that you can find the mean absolute deviation for this given data. So that you can complete, and tell me the answer in the next class. Okay. So today we have discussed about the mean absolute deviation for all type of data, raw data, frequency data and class interval data. Okay. Thank you so much.